You're now listening to a Press Play Network podcast.
Of Nerdflow. Today we are part of the crew here, so we're gonna get into things as we always do on a weekly basis. This is a podcast all about coughing and bronchitis.
Yeah, but okay.
It's been storming. It's been storming in Greenville for the past few days.
Nah, I know.
Yeah, I know. I be having to get out.
It was like super bad here. It was like for a whole second I thought the tornado was like outside my apartment because it was just that wind was just that high on your
that bad, huh?
I got caught in the storm all 4 days. It's been raining. I just had to be out in the elements. So yeah, I got to forgive me if I'm coughing. I might be coming down with a cold or something.
Y'all know who is it? Y'all know what's causing all this though, right? Y'all know who it is? That brand new character in Mortal Kombat who's based like the Avatar. That's all it is. She's just trying to make sure everybody know who it is. That's all it is.
Boy, no.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We get these storms every year. Don't do that.
Shoot.
Well, you ain't been alive. You acting like you ain't been alive long enough to know that we get these storms around this time of year every year.
I'm just saying, it's very coincidental that she just so happened to pop out.
No, it's not.
Messing up all the good stuff.
I know.
Oh wow. Okay. So. This is a podcast all about nerding out on the latest and greatest in pop culture, video games, anime, comic book stuff, you name it, wrestling. We talk about it on here. In addition to that, Nerdflow Podcast is once again for the third year in a row a part of the Comic Palooza podcast program. So what that means for us is if you're new to listen to this show, then you should probably go back about a year in the episodes and go listen to the Comic Palooza edition. But what that means is that we will be
years.
Not a couple years. We have an episode from last year and year before last.
That's what I said. 2 years.
Well, yeah, past 2 years. I don't want to go back. I don't have to go back that far. You don't want to. But yeah. So what that means is that we are part of the. We'll be podcasting live from Comic Palooza on Saturday. We will have a time at a later date and all that good stuff. But if you stay in Houston or you're near Houston or you just stay in Texas and you just want to drive to Houston to come to Comic Palooza, which is the largest pop culture event in the state of Texas, I suggest you set up your reservations right now because the event will be going on between May 10th to the 12th. And I'm saying it very slowly like that because I'm like partially... Okay, I was right. Okay, yeah, May 10th through the 12th. Is when the event will be going on. Some of the headliners from the event is Grant Gustin, The Flash, which I'm like, yeah, I'm getting maybe buying a speed pass this year.
Is somebody texting, like typing or something?
I don't know. Okay. Anyway, we got Grant Gustin. We got the what's the two ladies from Game of Thrones? I'm not a Game of Thrones person.
One of them named Amelia, ain't it?
Amelia Clark and what's her name?
I know the light skinned black chick from Fast and Furious. That's where I know her from.
Yeah, she's also she plays in Game of Thrones. She's the ward, as if you would call it, like the personal assistant of Daenerys Stormborn. So I forgot her name.
I got you right here. Natalie Emmanuel. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That went ahead and put up the website. That we were just really just like balling, like freestyling real hard on that one. But yeah, man. So please make sure you guys come out on May 10th through the 12th to Comicpalooza in Houston, Texas, at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Nerdflow will be there in full effect. So please make sure you guys be there, be square, man.
And I'm trying to purchase long claw, so if y'all there, you might be watching me walk around with Jon Snow long sword with the wolf head on it.
Did you say a loincloth?
That's what especially since as soon as he said loincloth, I thought Tarzan. So,
no, it's long, Long, claw, CLAW. I know y'all used to country folks talking, but I said long claw.
Says the guy that still stays in Mississippi. It's okay.
So yeah, the first topic.
So let's get something straight. In my travels, I have known, I have seen that there are places in there are more countryer people in major metropolis cities than in the actual country.
That's very true.
Let me explain. Especially in Houston. I went to a Martin Luther King Day parade, and I saw niggas with Air Force Ones riding horses. With basketball shorts, white beaters, and Air Force Ones riding horses. Then I saw dudes with basketball shorts, white beaters, and boots, a cowboy hat, and the boots had spurs on, riding horses.
Hey, they didn't want to be hot. They didn't wear jeans that day.
Levi
was just too hot.
That is the countryest thing I've ever seen.
Hey.
I mean, it's in Texas. You said this is happening in Houston, Texas, right?
Yeah. Don't let me get started on Cleveland, Ohio.
Let's not talk about Dallas, Texas. But anyway, let's go. Facebook.com/Nerdflow podcast is the place you want to go to learn more about Nerdflow, all the latest and greatest news. Twitter.com/Nerdflow, IG, Nerdflow podcast. And we have a YouTube channel as well. So please make sure you subscribe to that so we can get the official URL. Still working on it. We also got the Facebook community page, which has all like-minded people from nerd culture, always talking about all the latest and greatest and news and all that good stuff and stuff that we like to talk about on this show. So make sure you join up on the Facebook community page. Just search Nerdflow Podcast. All right. Let's see here. This week in nerd culture.
Well, let me get this out before I forget. Okay, how many of y'all remember Allison Mack from Smallville?
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah. Well, she pled guilty today for a sex cult and sex trafficking charges.
And how long ago was this thing? How long ago was she busted on this?
This has been going on for quite some time. This is probably why some of us probably wonder why, like, hey, why didn't they reach out to her to guest star on Supergirl? Why didn't they reach out to her to show up on this CW show? Yeah, because she was freaking transporting human beings.
Jeez. Sex cult.
Sex cult and college scandals. Like, what else are you doing?
But the bad thing is, and I'm not gonna go there. I'll say that. I mean, they blew the R. Kelly situation up, but this has been kind of like swept under the rug.
Allison.
Sorry about that, y'all. Hold on.
Guy with the Yeti mic with the mute button on it. Yeah. So
okay. Okay.
Shazam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shazam is killing it in the movie theaters. I have an apology to make. Some episodes ago when this trailer first came out for this movie, I straight up just like drug this movie through the mud. I even had people that I know that listens to Nerdflow reach out to me and like, man, you saw different trailers come out? Has your opinion changed? I'm like, nope, opinion ain't changed yet. But I'll give it its due because Rotten Tomatoes, last time I looked at it, I didn't look at it today, but it's over the weekend. It's like 92% from the audience right now, versus like a 90-something from like critics and all that good stuff. And
95.
people are 95. Okay, people are freaking loving Shazam. It is to the point where people are like, he needs to lead the DCU with Shazam. I mean, I haven't seen the movie. I don't have a problem.
That's giving it a lot of credit, but okay. It was
actually.
That's not.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, it was.
It's really.
I'm like royalty. I'm like royalty. I didn't give this movie a chance, but then going there and watching it, it's like, all right, you know what? This actually turned out a lot better than the expectation that I gave it. It actually exceeded the expectation I gave it.
Like me and Snapback were both there, and we both had like the same reaction. Like, wow. Like, okay, we're here for this.
Okay, so let me put something out there because I was reading this argument, and somebody literally said this, and it fell out their mouth that Shazam is the best comic book movie to come out of DC and Marvel.
I don't know about that statement. That was a fanboy. That was a fanboy. That was a DC fanboy pumping up too much.
But
I think that's a troll.
He had under 600 comments under his comment, and a lot of them was saying that if it wasn't for Disney, Marvel movies wouldn't even be good. It's just that they get all the special effects or whatnot, and DC would be killing Marvel. But let's just
okay, I had to on that one. A special effect.
Let me put this out there. Let's just put it this way. At one point, what people don't understand is that DC was bought out by Warner Brothers a long time ago, when Marvel was still holding its own by itself. DC almost went bankrupt. Warner Brothers bought them. That's why Superman, Batman movies, all the earlier movies and everything behind that always got a Warner Brothers logo. Warner Brothers produced those movies because they bought DC out a long time ago. I think, like, even back in the 70s, they had a partnership, and then they just finally bought them all out and kept them making the comics while Marvel was still holding its own, just basically as a comic book source. True. Granted, Marvel did have to sell off a lot of their characters when they went bankrupt because they had, coming into the 2000s, we was getting into the digital age. Video games got more popular. Kids just pretty much stopped reading comic books. But it made a resurgence. And you had movies like Blade, the earlier Punisher movie, things like that. They got people a little bit. They got people a little bit more interested in it. Then with Sony bringing out the Spider-Man movies, because as bad as those movies were, well, the first Spider-Man was pretty good, but I mean, it still had a cult following. You know what I'm saying? There's still arguments today about within groups which Spider-Man was the best Spider-Man. But I mean, all I'm saying is, in my opinion, and I stress the word opinion, DC has a long way to go to even shine Marvel's boots right now. DC got the best comic book cartoon movies, in my opinion, because I haven't seen any Marvel cartoon movies. But as far as the movies and the comic books go, if you like dark and gritty, yeah, DC is for you. But if you like a better variety of different heroes, backstories, and everything cascading into one huge universe, then Marvel is winning.
Okay. To go back to what was said about special effects, whoever said that on that particular comment on, where was that at, Facebook? Or where was that at?
That was in the Black Nerd Group. What's it called?
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the comment about the special effects. First of all, Disney didn't create special effects. Knucklehead. That is something that's in the movie industry. So read something. But yeah, with the Shazam thing, I mean, DC has kind of followed the advice that the Russo brothers gave them, which is create great stories. Don't worry about trying to make a universe. And that's what they're doing right now. Shazam is a key indicator of that. So was Aquaman, and so was Wonder Woman. So next up is probably going to be Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad will probably be the next one.
I'm not ready.
That is the next one.
That would have to be the next one because I don't know of anything else that's coming up next. Because Wonder Woman 84 is not coming out till I think 2020.
Wait, what about Joker?
Oh yeah, Joker. That's right. It's coming out in October.
But it don't follow in that universe.
It's not a universe. There's no
universe
anymore. It's just standalone stories about different characters that's from the DC license. That's basically what it is. They've already clarified the DCEU is dead. There is no such thing as a DCEU or anything like that. There is no connected world that they're trying to build right now. They're just telling very good connected stories. And
they say they might just see some guest stars like some other heroes in some movie, but it's not a universe.
Yeah, the only thing that probably may end up being somewhat connected to like a Shazam is when they do the Black Adam movie, when they start filming that movie, that particular movie connects to Shazam. And
The Rock was talking about Black Adam on his Instagram today.
Yeah. So that's like the only thing that's probably gonna be in a way connected to anything as far as for right now, but there's no whole connected world at this point in time with DC. But
hey, you know what's funny though? The Rock was talking about Shazam on his movie. He was on his Instagram, and he was like, big shout outs to Shazam. It's doing great and all of that. But I said it first, and he cut to Black Adam. And I guess he was saying he said Shazam first as Black Adam. So, I mean, I got a feeling Black Adam might be really good because they really taking their time with this movie.
Yeah, I really think with the Black Adam thing, I think it was on a wait and see type of thing to see if, because with them it's really to the point where it's like it's a coin toss up because you don't know if you don't know what's going to do good or what's going to do bad. So it was kind of like a wait and see type of thing. And being that it is doing very, very good, yeah, they're gonna definitely probably green light and fast track the Shazam movie. I mean, at the Black Adam movie.
Well, according to The Rock, he said it's in pre-production.
Yeah.
So.
I'm kind of upset about all the films that they said were going to be in production and they're no longer being brought up because they just gave up on
you mean Ezra Miller? Ezra Miller is no longer the Flash. Flash movie has been shelved. That's not happening anymore. What else?
I feel they should come totally left field and do a Static Shock movie. It wouldn't be expected, and more the kids in this generation remember Static Shock too.
Well, they need to go ahead and start production on that while it's fresh in their minds, because are like black cartoons starting to become scarce now, especially ones that that you can look up to. Like we have plenty of like live action superheroes. But we kind of like all started with the cartoons first, and then we got the live action adaptations. So it would be very appreciative if like they could like start running more marathons with like all the classics, starting with Static Shock and a whole lot of other cartoons.
Yeah, I think DC would at some point. I mean, because if you think about African American superheroes that's on that side. It's only really Static Shock and Steel. That's it. I mean, if you're not that's known of. I mean, Black Lightning became known because of the TV show. Because before that, we didn't know who Black Lightning was. Nobody was referencing Black Lightning a whole lot. And then you got the Black John Stewart Green Lantern. That's it. That's really it.
And Mr. Terrific.
The version of him in the comic is way better than the version we get on Arrow, I would say. I don't know. It's almost like he's brave, but he's kind of like. Y'all remember Heathcliff? He's always scared of crap. It's kind of like that. That's what Mr. Terrific reminds me of on Arrow. He's not very confident as the one I remember in the comic book. So, all right, on to Marvel. Marvel won't announce any new plans until Spider-Man Far From Home comes out. So at this point, that leads me to think that, we've been doing a lot of predicting and a lot of kind of like trying to see, what's going to be the next step, what's going to happen next, this type of thing. I almost have a feeling Endgame won't have an end credit scene. That's what that makes me think now.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna get an end credit scene. I mean, you already got a movie in the MCU that's coming out after Avengers, which is Spider-Man. So I'm pretty sure if we were to get an end credit scene, it may
my
that. Or, sir.
Oh my God! Sorry, I'm so sorry.
But yeah, no.
Anywho, do not tell me he's eating edibles.
No, just to say we won't be going to Popeyes anytime soon.
And back to that topic, because I know where you're going with that one. I mean, like I said, I don't know. We might get an end credit scene, but like I said, it might just be geared towards Spider-Man, or
hopefully,
it could be
hopefully it points at the next big bad, something, anything.
I'm sure it will. It has, in my opinion, I feel like it has to, because you got to have some conflict if the main men of the MCU, which is Thor, Cap, and Iron Man, and Hulk, this supposed to be their little farewell.
With that being said, I don't think the end credits is gonna have anything to do with that. I think that's all gonna kind of get resolved within the movie itself.
3 hours long. They better resolve it.
Yeah, that's gonna get. And then with the trailer that dropped during the release of the movie tickets as well, we didn't talk about that as well. That last scene is clear that it's, which I don't think that's the last scene, because they keep saying the first 15 minutes was only gonna be in the trailer, but there is a scene where it's Cap, Thor, and Iron Man looking like they're on Titan, about to fight. It looks like they're about to fight. Thanos themselves at the end. And then also today, Marvel also put out. Did y'all see like the clip from Endgame?
Yeah,
talking about how are they gonna, trying to get the plan together, basically how to beat Thanos and stuff like that. Captain Marvel's like that, and they don't have me, or y'all didn't have me. So it's kind of like they're just throwing out a lot of different scenarios. Again, like I said, I don't believe it's going to be either of those scenarios, even though, because Marvel already said that they've put a lot of false scenes in movies.
Yeah,
and I doubt if you tell me that you're only seeing the first 15 minutes of the movie, and you give me a scene with Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America looking like they're on Titan, getting ready to squad up and fight Thanos. That might be a fake scene.
Yeah,
man, some of that is gonna give me trust issues. Like,
hey, look what happened last year when it came to advertisement of Avengers. That's a prime example of them.
Look at the Hulk.
Yeah,
because he wasn't in it.
All right, so the Endgame movie's been selling like hotcakes. The tickets been selling like hotcakes.
Boy, I've never ever stood in line digitally on my phone before.
Somebody paid $15,000 for 2 Endgame tickets.
I beg your pardon.
That
So
man was
does
like,
it
that
get
is the
that?
only
It
day
gets
I
that
got
serious,
off.
huh?
What kind of seats these people finna get? I know these people finna get some deluxe seats, bro.
That man like,
Right,
yeah,
got to be.
Man, these folks finna have a whole bed in their theater, man. They finna have
We
a
get the
booth.
bed, the D box with
hey, that exists though. I'm just saying there is places.
I'm
we
saying
just talked about this
they
last
gotta
week.
have.
we know it exists.
They finna get this lavish setup, man. Man. And here Nico over here don't want to sell their tickets though. Okay, cool.
Okay, be quiet. They don't need to know that.
But yeah.
That's some
People were
bullshit.
standing in line.
That's some
People
bullshit.
standing in line digitally. I had a friend of mine. He bought literally 3 sets of tickets to get the tickets that he wanted to get to make sure he had 8 set of tickets to have. And
But
then
you gotta think about it.
Then he refunded the other 2 sets of tickets when he had tickets he wanted.
Bro.
And you know what? That's the beauty of living in Greenville right now.
What is that?
I'm guaranteed to be able to see this movie.
Because
That's one thing.
I gotta go. I'm thinking
It's
about
also
going
still
to see
cool
Captain
when
Marvel.
you're sitting amongst those who care as much as you do about what you're watching versus if you sit among a group of people that don't really care as much as you care. You know, it's kind
But that's how it was last year. We were everybody in that theater with people who wanted to see the film, and they not just here for like the
I
hype.
just hated they brought a baby in the theater. That's what really bothered me. They brought a baby in the theater.
Man, you wasn't even lying. Yeah, baby. Oh. God
freaking baby.
Wait, where that baby bank at, man? What a pacifier. Just something, man. Put it in the mouth.
People, don't bring your kids to Endgame, or it will be the Endgame for you.
And you know what? I'm not gonna go watch it the first couple of days because I'm gonna go get up probably like on a Wednesday afternoon and go catch the 1:00 show where everybody at work, nobody would be there.
Yeah,
Oh, you think that's how it's gonna work?
I think I'm
You
catching
would
the.
think.
I think I'm gonna catch the morning, like a morning, by myself, and then I go see with the wife. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
So are you getting the luxury seats royalty?
I'm going to see IMAX because I want to see it on because they have it available in IMAX here, so I want to see it on a big giant screen. So IMAX, I think they just still have just at least to my knowledge. Last time I went to see IMAX, but I think they have just standard like seatings. You're paying for more of the screen than anything. But typically when I do go though, I do always get like the reclining seats and all that stuff when I go because I have reserved seating and I won't have to freaking rush to get where I'm going, and I know I got a seat.
I got another question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there such thing as being too relaxed at a movie theater? Has it ever happened to you?
No.
Nobody's just taking their pants off in the movie theater next to me. No.
Okay, I did get too relaxed. I did get too relaxed in the movie theater when I went to go see Titanic.
Shoes, you good. As long as you ain't got like freaking gangrene or nothing like that.
Did you see Titanic with a luxury seat and all that? Do you just...
No, because I went to go see it at, what was that, Cinema 1 in 82? Yeah, the old theater that they tore down. I went to go see it there.
Okay.
And then you got to realize, when Titanic came out, I was like middle school, so...
That was a long movie, bro.
Yep,
I know. Titanic was 4 hours long, and
It was 4 hours. Bro.
Bring on the water. Get it over with.
Basically, the whole movie, I would sleep, and like when I was falling asleep, I told the girl I was sitting beside, like, "Yo, wake me up when the ship hit the iceberg."
All right, man.
The rest of the movie irrelevant.
Yeah,
Let's talk
I
about
know it was.
the
That's why. As a teenager, I didn't want to go see that. That was the least thing on my mind wanted to go see.
Okay, so this is another thing. If you go to IMAX, to me, I went to IMAX and saw Avatar. The best seats. So you know this a long time ago. The best seats are in the center.
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
Center midway, because you get to see the whole screen. Like if you can get to the very back of the theater, because the IMAX screen is so big, it don't matter if you sit at the very back of the theater. But if you can sit at the very back of the theater and get center seats, you're in the best position.
Yep. Agreed.
Especially when it's 3D.
Yep. Well,
I hate 3D. I hate
no.
3D.
This last movie I saw in 3D was the Pirates of the Caribbean. 2 Pirates of the Caribbean ago, the one that actually was super bad to me. Yeah, those glasses.
Oh my God. Dead Man Tell No Tales. You didn't like that?
No, I didn't. I fell asleep on it. I've never fell asleep on a movie I've paid for at a movie theater ever in my life.
Well,
And that was
Dead
the first
Man
time.
Tales, No Man Tales. That was the one with Black Dick. I mean,
When they brought back to life, Orlando Bloom's
Will.
character. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Back
that
to
was
life.
the-
You mean he was always alive? He just couldn't,
Yeah, I didn't know that because I fell. I didn't know that part because I ain't know that because I fell asleep.
Because you didn't watch the other films.
No, I did. I watched the previous 3, but I don't be digging that deep though, man. I'm just be watching the movie. See, that's almost kind of like that's almost in the same breath as, for example, I was watching. Well, we were playing Aquaman in where I work at, and people always say the thing of like, well, that's not good. They don't have good acting. That's not good acting. And first of all, last time I checked, you work here. You are not an actor. So therefore, and neither am I. So therefore, I cannot really judge somebody's acting ability unless it's like super duper bad and it's very apparent. That's one thing versus if it's somebody that's a very good actor, but you feel like the acting is bad in this particular movie that they're in. They're doing better than you doing right now.
So let's just put it out there. All right, worst acting job y'all ever saw?
I can't recall because I can't. Don't even put me in this particular.
Oh boy, they
conversation.
played Goku. Worst acting job I ever saw.
Well, that's a bad movie altogether.
Avatar.
Avatar.
Don't call. We know what you're saying. Just say it. Avatar.
Not the blue one. Last Airbender.
Yeah, we know that one sucked.
Yeah,
We all know it sucked.
yeah, that one was bad. But yeah,
Okay, yeah, I got a question because me and Angry B guy were arguing about this. Well, we weren't arguing; we were just having a discussion.
Lord, about
I
the last
said the
Airbender
movie. I said the movie sucked. He said he didn't think the movie sucked as bad, but he'll have to go back and watch it again. But my thing, what was that? The first book. That book was called The Book of Fire, wasn't it?
Right.
Did the Book of Fire been last though?
No, the Book of Fire is supposed to be like the last. It's supposed to be the last thing Aang learned. Like the first thing he was learning was water, I believe. Water or earth, because I know fire was the last thing he learned.
But like according to the cartoon though, like when they got it, like the first season is the Book of Water. The second season was the Book of Wind. I mean the Book of Air.
Oh no, it's the Book of Earth.
The Book of Earth.
Because he already knew airbending.
Okay, so it was 3. Oh, okay, I get it. But the Book of Fire should have been last though, right?
Yeah, that's the last thing he was supposed to be learning because he couldn't get it.
And see, that's what I felt. That's what I didn't like about the movie. I felt like they was trying to cram everything into that movie and not save room for another movie.
it's M. Night Shyamalan. He messed up everything.
And
Shyamalan.
they canceled the last season of they canceled the last season of the Avatar cartoon for the movie.
Wow.
I thought the season completed.
That's a
No, it was supposed to be another season, and they canceled it. That's why they went on to rush the 3rd season and did all that so they can do the 4th season. I mean, so the fourth season was canceled due to the movie, and they crammed everything into the last season.
They like, man, M. Night Shyamalan gonna finish this up for us. Wrong. Do Terminator movie. I don't want to see it.
Okay, I'm gonna put it this way.
Here's what don't make sense to me. You are a machine. How is your hair gray, Mr. Terminator?
Wait, what was the recent one he did?
How you
Years
aged?
ago.
You a robot. Just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Because if you look at it though,
I'm not supposed to have suspension of belief, but I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not on this one.
it was explained in the last Terminator movie how he aged though, because he got a human shell. So like because if you notice when his skin get knocked off and stuff, you see skin follicles, you see blood and everything. And so he got a human shell. His skin and everything is made for him to look human, but he a robot underneath. So that's why he was able to age and grow facial hair and stuff.
When he died, does his skin just fall off and then we just start over again?
The thing is, he never ever really dies.
No, I'm just saying, just if he, his skin finally dies, at some point,
Amelia Clark was in the last Terminator movie also.
Man, that whole universe is so super convoluted, and that's the problem. They're trying to make it a universe. It's so I don't even remember what the last movie was, to be honest.
I mean, when you talking about time travel, though, you got different tangents you can take, and that's that's how they were going with it.
But they were trying to do like the prequel thing with Christian Bale, and then that part, and then they rebooted it again, and then it's.
I mean, it wasn't never rebooted because according to the timeline, you got the one that came out, the first Terminator that came out in the 80s.
Yeah,
okay,
but they did a reboot recently. Though. They did a reboot recently. They just rebooted the series. I know it's the same story as 2, but it's still like rebooted. Is what I'm saying. It's like, why even if you're gonna still go with the same people who acted in the original? Why reboot it?
It wasn't rebooted. That's what I'm telling you. The one you talking about is the one Amelia Clark played in, right?
I guess so. I lost track.
When she was supposed to meet, they went back in time because we found out John Connor went back in time and and somebody else went back in time. They was trying to prevent John Connor from being born because John Connor is the person who established the Terminator program. He was evil.
I know the premise and all that stuff, but what I'm saying is like, I'm just saying like, why are that like? It's just very the entire.
The third movie was John Connor as an adult because in Terminator 2 he was a kid. The third movie was John Connor as an adult, and then Skynet blew up anyway. So in the fourth movie, the guy that's John Connor daddy, they go back to that and show why he got sent back to the 1980s.
Yeah, no. You got Terminator Judgment Day, Rise of the Machines, Salvation. I've seen. Genesis is the one where they rebooted some stuff. That's from what I recall. I never watched it because I heard it was a reboot.
Well, I forgot that. So that was the fifth movie, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the one that I'm like, why? Why do that?
I might have to look it up.
All right, so let's see here. We got a couple more things. We're gonna cut it for tonight. Some other stuff I did want to talk about, but I'm gonna hold off to next week. Some quick news though. Of course,
y'all gonna jump on WrestleMania?
Huh? I'm gonna say that because that's gonna be a long conversation. And we already. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It really is.
But yeah, so we got real quick some quick news before we get out. We got Cowboy Bebop cast revealed. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it with a little bit more in depth when the full team is here because I really want to talk about that because I'm like super excited about that. Twilight Zone, I have not. I want to hold off on that.
It's only showing on the CBS app though.
Yeah, it's one of those CBS access things
that you got to pay for.
Yeah.
I got something to say about that.
Okay, what you got? Then we're gonna shut it down.
Okay.
What's up?
I feel like a lot of people have already been investing with these apps. Like how we have the DC network, and now we got Hulu, we got Netflix.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the CBS Access app really doesn't offer much, and a lot of the fans of the new Twilight Zone are kind of pissed that it's on this thing because
just like the Star Trek show. That's the only thing that's on there too.
Yeah, like you're not giving us enough, content to want to be invested in the
to warrant to pay for it.
Yeah, and it's a shame because when I watched this episode, and you have to think about it, you can only get it available on that app, but luckily somebody put the episode up on YouTube, and I'm hoping in the future they will put the other ones on there. But I did want to talk briefly about how I felt about the new Twilight Zone. I got snapped back into the black and white. Well, I gave him like a taste of what the old one used to be like because he had never seen it before. And Jordan Peele most definitely gave like real creepy vibes with this new series. We got Tracy Morgan was in the first episode. It was called The Comedian, And I don't know if I can like spoil it for you guys if you unless
I would say don't
y'all
spoil
gonna
it.
look at it
Don't
later.
spoil it because I want to watch it. Don't spoil it. I want to
Okay.
watch it.
Well, that's all really I had to say about it. Like, I'm looking forward to the other episodes.
Okay, and then we'll definitely talk about it at a later date, though, because I really want to talk about it since it did come out like last week. So, but yeah, man. We're gonna bring this issue 98 to a close. We got tons of more stuff to talk about now because there's some other things that I did not put down that I need to get some more information on before we talk about it. But yeah, we're gonna see you guys for issue 99 of Nerdflow. See you guys next week, and yeah, man, catch y'all guys next week.
Almost 200.
Yep.
Yeah.
Almost 200.